This video is about the archetype of Taurus, whether your sun, moon, or ascendant is in Taurus, or if you have a stellium of 3 or more planets in Taurus, or if the planet Venus is in Taurus, this video is for you. Welcome to Starwell Astrology. My name is Sharrie. I am a Western tropical astrologer and I specialize in shadow work. If you enjoy exploring astrology, shadow work, as well as esotericism and astrotheology, then don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. I also offer natal chart readings as well as one-on-one shadow work. If you are interested, my information is below. Please remember, as I discuss the attributes of Taurus, that we are not one thing in a natal chart. The entire natal chart must be considered. I'm just isolating the Taurus archetype to describe its characteristics. So let's start out by discussing the core traits of Taurus archetype. Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac, and it's a fixed earth sign, and it's ruled by Venus. Its key phrase is I have. Taurus love to possess tangible things, which explains their connection to things like beauty and sensuality and material comforts, and they especially love nature. They are a fixed sign, so they are very grounded and practical and very in touch with reality. And they are also known for being hardworking and supportive, as well as very loving. When they're focused on something that they really want to have, they can be persistent and determined to see things through all the way to completion. And they will materialize results because they are an earth sign, even though they may be slower at attaining it. But their persistence will help them to materialize things. They are one of the most loyal and dependable signs. Because they're so persistent, this comes from them really being very patient and also very steadfast and stubborn. They like to take their time to ensure stability and success, and they are very grounded and practical in their decisions because it is very rooted in logic and being reliable. And they're steadfast and focused, stubborn, but they also have a real commitment to materializing their goals. Because they are ruled by Venus, they strongly value relationships and are very loyal and committed. Taurus archetype are very sensual and artistic, and they're drawn into natural beauty, luxury, and tangible art forms like sculpture or design. They have a natural affinity for nature. They feel at peace in the outdoors and they love to garden and touch the earth and connect with the earth. They also love to collect and gather, stockpile, and store things. And this could easily lead to hoarding because they tend to see everything as reusable. They love to recycle things. So they have to be careful because if they're not conscious, then they become very attached to these items, believing that everything has value in it in some way. And then they tend to stockpile it and it becomes hoarding. Because they're ruled by the element of earth, they are slower at learning things, but when they do learn it, it stays with them for life because they have great memory. But also, this can keep them stuck in their memories, ruminating over the past. This can cause them to hold on to painful things and have a difficult time letting it go. And also, not only is it because they are earth sign that they hold on to these memories, but they're also a fixed sign. So they can get fixated on things that are painful. So it's very difficult for them to let go of their wounding. But on the positive side, when they have something that they really want to pursue, they're in it for the long haul and they're like a dog with a bone. They will not let go. The challenges of the Taurus archetype is that they can be too attached to material possessions. Because remember, their key phrase is I have. So they fear loss and they think everything is a resource, something that they need to possess. And this could even include people they love. And they want things to belong to them. They are the sign of I have, meaning I need to possess this and hold on to it in some tangible way. They can be inflexible, and this can cause struggles to adapt to change, and they tend to feel stuck or stagnant, unable to move forward with their lives at times. As I've said before, they can be stubborn and they can resist external pressure and will only move when it's absolutely necessary. They also can be greedy and overly focused on money, and they also are seen as sometimes frugal, and very calculating due to the strong desire for security, and particularly material security. Some might prefer practicality over fantasy, and they tend to have fears of taking risks because they like everything to be stable and exactly how they know it should be, very logical. They prefer the known over the unknown, and they will avoid uncertainties. So they don't really embrace changes because they're not the most flexible sign, and they're actually not very open to new experiences. They're okay with a routine and structure. The upside is that this does give them continuity in whatever it is that they're pursuing. They will be very focused on moving forward in whatever direction they choose. And this sort of gives them tunnel vision in getting to that place, as long as it's not disrupted by anything unexpected or that will throw them off or shake them up too much. Taurus and shadow work. This could go against everything that Taurus stands for because it requires that they have to let go of clinging to their pain. And as I've said, if they have painful memories, they really do hold on to it almost as though it's a resource of some sort, because they are the sign of holding on to their whatever they think is a resource, whether it's a material thing or energetic thing or actual person. And the practice of witnessing is forcing them to look at this in themselves, and it's not necessarily something they would prefer to do, especially if it doesn't seem very practical for them. So the idea of releasing old habits and possessions or even relationships that no longer serve them is not exactly an easy thing for Taurus to do. However, if they should decide to do shadow work, it is very cathartic for them because they're then able to see their own wounded patterns because they're a fixated sign. So the Taurus archetypes are not really open to something new. And also, they're an emotional sign and they're very emotionally attached to the things that make them feel safe or comfortable or just familiar, even if it's painful. It's something that they already know because they like the known over the unknown. So the thing is that with shadow work, if it doesn't seem practical to them, they're not really going to be willing to try. However, if life should shake them up out of their comfort zones to the point that they're so uncomfortable, and then they might be willing to try shadow work. And should this happen, then they're willing to get in touch with their emotional pain, then this can allow them to access those wounds that are buried beneath the surface. And this will give them a place to start exploring the wounded side that they're holding on to unconsciously. Taurus is a rigid and fixed sign, and for them to try something new, they need an internal shift in their perspective that might allow them to open up to something untraditional. The internal shift is needed where they are ready to surrender and stay open, which is something very difficult for them to stay open and also to surrender. Once they commit, though, the practice of shadow work, because they're in for the long run and they're actually very patient, they are actually one of the few that will stick with this for the rest of their life because the patience is there and the commitment is there. And they also have a very strong connection to their emotions. So this works very well with shadow work, works very well with Taurians, once they're willing to stay open to the practice. And because shadow work requires that they become aware of their emotional truth. So they're able to gain access to a deeper dimension within themselves through this practice. They need to build through self-worth and security from within rather than through external means and possessions. And this is where they can tap into their true inner resource and understand their own values and find their own inner safety and self-reliance that can be known unconditionally. So here are some astrological insights that can be revealed through Taurus on the ascendant and the rulership of each sign on the house cusp. So from a Taurus ascendant, the second house is ruled by Gemini, and Gemini rules the hands. So Taurians tend to be great craftsmen and also creative, because they have the ideas coming in and they can use this through hand skills to manipulate whatever it is that they're working on and bring some kind of materialize it into reality and something tangible. They're also very good at using their ideas that come through that Gemini mental energy and in a way that they're able to earn money. Cancer rules their third house. So their communication style will come across very reserved. And part of the reason is that Cancer is a very sensitive sign. So they're not really willing to share a lot. So they come across very passive and not as open, which they're not. But with the Cancer on the third house cusp, that makes it make them even more reserved in how they are willing to speak out. But also with this, they have great memory, and because the third house rules the mind and Taurus has long-term memory, very good long-term memory. And they also do feel safe having family in their close surroundings. Now, this is coupled with the Leo ruling the third house of family, which shows that having a close-knit family is what they enjoy the most and feel inspired about. Leo is the energy of inspiration, and the fourth house is about home and family. So they enjoy spending time with their family at home, and this brings them great pleasure and joy. So they feel very comfortable and safe at home. Scorpio rules the seventh house, and Scorpio, this is an interesting and intense combination. So Scorpio on the seventh house cusp can influence obsessiveness and jealousy in relationships. Both Taurus and Scorpio are fixed energies. So Taurus can latch on and get fixated in their partnerships, and they have an intense desire to merge deeply in intimate relationships. So they don't really want to break this union easily. They have a hard time letting go because they also are a very possessive sign. This is an intense combination for being in love. So they will want to hold on to those they love forever, because it will feel like they're losing a part of themselves. However, this only happens once they have learned and can trust the relationship. Both Taurus is conservative and Scorpio archetype is skeptical, which means it takes time for Taurus to commit. They move slowly, so there's no rush in getting into a relationship. But once they let their guard down and they decide that, they trust the person, they are completely invested in that relationship. The astrotheological and esoteric connections to the Taurus archetype. The key phrase I have is related to the body or the physical embodiment of the soul. So this has deep roots in the story of Adam and Eve, because in astrotheology, Adam is Mars and Eve is Venus. And these are the two archetypes that represent the beginning of humanity, because the masculine and feminine archetype are necessary to manifest reality. Both archetypes exist within each of us, and all of reality is dependent on both energies for this material matrix to unfold. Taurus rules the body and the five senses, and Eve, who is also Venus, rules the carnal desires of the body. As depicted in the Bible story, she was the one who was tempted, and she ate the fruit first, which shows that it's the feminine energy, which is the emotions that cause us to have desires that we want to feed through our five senses. Although in astrology, Taurus rules the body, in astrotheology, the Garden of Eden is really what represents the body, because Adam and Eve, masculine and feminine, were created through a body. So Eve is what drives us towards seeking pleasures. And this is the feminine archetype of Taurus, because our emotional nature is what inspires us for feeding our senses, pleasing our senses, to have comforts and pleasures, which is what Venus is about. In esotericism, the story of Adam and Eve is not about the literal man and woman. It is about humankind and our existence in this material matrix that is comprised of the masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy is the electric energy, and feminine energy is the magnetic energy, and hence together electromagnetic frequency vibrations that essentially manifest our physical reality. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you and goodbye.